Global Campus TV is with British Council today. We're interviewing with Dr. Jo Beall, and she's the Director of Education and Society. Thank you very much for being with us.
Absolute pleasure. I'm delighted to be here.
Can you please introduce what is British Council? What does it stand for? What is the use of it?
The British Council is the UK's organisation for building trust and opportunity between people of the UK and other countries. And a key part of that building trust and creating opportunities is in the education sphere. And in education, we work with other partners in the UK to bring UK expertise and share UK knowledge with people abroad and engage with education systems in the countries where we work.
So it doesn't only involve to the students, but the academics, the organizations, the universities. It's like a whole picture, 360.
Very much so. So we spend a lot of energies and resources on English, teaching English, and related to that, helping people get the English skills they need to enter education systems. We engage in the arts, so we bring British artists to meet with Turkish artists. Tonight I will be going to a great event bringing all the artistic community together. But a key part of what we do is engaging around education.
And how would you describe why UK is still a leading destination for study abroad?
That's a very good question, because we're a tiny proportion of the world's population. And yet we have 4 of the top 6 universities in the latest QS rankings. We are rated as one of the safest places in the world to study. And I think that's of really great concern and importance to parents, particularly if their children are studying abroad. We have engagement with business, so many of the departments and courses that students study will have a link with business, so they get employer-ready education and industry-connected education. And I would say the last, but certainly not the least important thing, is that people with a UK degree have a very good chance of getting a good job. And we know that people who've studied with a UK qualification as compared to a local home university qualification earn markedly greater salaries.
This is very important. So a student is convinced they're considering to come to UK. What would you recommend them? How should they design their education path?
I think to have a good grasp of English and to meet your English scores before you come would be ideal. If you haven't reached them, to work at the beginning of your course to acquire them, so that you can really engage from the outset and not be disadvantaged by not understanding what's going on. I think the second thing would be don't only hang out with Turkish colleagues and students. That's important because a cohort of students who go from one country to another form a very important bond, and that's critical for coming home and for the kind of re-immersion and the kind of networking you need if you're going to be successful in your home country after your degree. But one of the most exciting and greatest opportunities of an education in the UK is the country itself is multicultural, that there is religious freedom and cultures and religions from all over the world. And in the universities themselves, you have the opportunity to make connections with people from all over the world, and those connections stand you in good stead later, not only for friendship, but for the world of work. And lastly, engage with the teachers. Many of the teachers, or professors as we call them in the UK, are not only from the UK, they're from all over the world. I was a professor at the London School of Economics before I joined British Council as their education lead. I had a number of Turkish colleagues on the faculty, but also faculty from India, from the US, from Latin America, and it's engaging across those cultures, both with fellow students and with faculty, that gives you the broadest education.
Exactly. Thank you very much for all these very useful information.
It's a pleasure, and it's been lovely talking to you. Hello, everybody. I'm very delighted today to let you know something about studying in the UK. My name is Jo Beall, and I'm Director of Education and Society for the British Council. As you may know, the UK is made up of 4 nations: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And so it's a very diverse place with many of its own cultures, but it's also a very multicultural place to be, and therefore very welcoming for students from all over the world. And we see this because we have 500,000 students coming to study in the UK from other parts of the world, from 200 nations. And we would love more of you to come to the UK from Turkey. In addition to the 500,000 students from all over the world who come and study in our tertiary education institutions, another 600,000 come to study English. And we have opportunities in English for people from every capability: beginners, people who want to study English for business purposes, people who want to improve their English to get into good higher education institutions. So we really welcome people from all over the world, and that makes it a fabulous place to study. Of the top 6 universities in the world, 4 of them are in the UK, and that's remarkable because we're a tiny population and a relatively small country globally. And why are we so successful? We're successful because we offer a world-class education. We have close connections with business and industry, so our education is relevant to the workplace, and the opportunities for students who study with us in UK institutions to enter the world of work are huge. We have an enormous success rate in terms of people getting employed after education, and people with a UK education earn a markedly higher salary than if they only study in their home country. So I would welcome you and encourage you to come and explore on our website, www.educationuk.org, all the opportunities, the institutions, the scholarships, the routes into studying with us in the UK. And I can promise you, not from me, because I'm an older person now, but from my younger colleagues, that the culture, the nightlife, the activities that you will enjoy in our university towns and cities around the country will be second to none. So I do hope to be seeing you in the UK before too long.